LeBron James dropped 56. What is going on in the NBA? Is there something I'm not remembering where down the stretch run stars step up with these absurd performances? Is that like a thing? Because it's like one after another. Oh, my God, Tatum goes for 54. Oh, my God, look at Jokic. LeBron dropped 56 against the Warriors in a Lakers win. That's his third highest scoring performance of his career. Guys, he's 37. He's been playing straight out of high school. Like Kobe, the last game of his career, dropped 60. And that was ridiculous. But LeBron just did this in the midst of still performing at MVP caliber level. And it's his highest scoring game with the Lakers. Here's his team's reaction to the performance.
Our guys were following me off the floor tonight. I'm going into the locker room. I asked me, how does it feel to score 56? I said, right now, I don't give a damn about the 56. I'm just happy we got a win. That's just literally the first thing that came to my mind. And we needed, pretty much all of them.
Well, that's not his team. That's him talking about his team's reaction to the performance. Key, do you believe that? Do you think his teammates came up to him and said, hey, Mr. James, shucks, how are you able? What's it like? What's it feel like to score that many points in a game? And he said, Sonny, let me tell you, we didn't get the win. That's the only important thing.
And he turned to him and said, well, Russell Westbrook.
No, I don't. You know what? I think a conversation did take place, but I don't think it's like LeBron. See, LeBron made it sound like some magical, like, oh, they walked up to me and asked me what it feels like to get 56, and I said the only thing I care about is the win right now. It didn't happen like that. They probably rolled up on him. It was like, damn, old man, you dropped 56 on their head. And, it was probably one of those type of conversations in the end. But he's balling. I mean, I'm okay with it. If he got to play every single minute and never take a breath all the way through 4 overtimes, I'm okay with it.
That is the attitude that you're hearing, Jay. First of all, what they didn't report is afterwards, a sick kid came up to him and said, hey, Mr. James, can you hit me a home run tonight? And he went out to Dodger Stadium and hit 2 home runs for the sick kid. It's like one of these, I'm
okay with it, though.
Yeah,
he's the guy. This is what you want from your engine.
Right,
you
but
need your engine to
Key,
hit all cylinders, baby.
The problem is, Jay, the last time, and Key was there for this, the last time the Lakers had an underperforming on-paper super team with Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol, and Kobe Bryant, they were about to miss the playoffs when Kobe went ham, played himself 40 minutes a night, and got him into the playoffs, but ruptured his Achilles, Jay. Isn't there a danger here?
So I get it. Look, they're 4.5 games right now behind the Clippers for the 8th spot. And I get that every single night people are going to say, this is why LeBron James is so great, and you want to see this from him. I got to tell you, watching the game, though, I mean, I get it. He's going against his rival and Steph, and that's a whole other conversation about the Warriors losing their last 8 out of 10. But I get so worried about, Key said engine. I'm like, man, does your engine is trying to throttle this much at this portion of the season when you're fighting for that 8th speed, that 9th seed, that 10th seed, without AD coming back, with Russ being on the floor, like all these things.
Well, what about that, Jay? Key? AD makes. Here's the one thing about AD.
No, I'm not going to let you do it.
Wait,
I'm not going to let you do it because you're about to spin a narrative and try to make people believe that when AD comes back, they're going to have this team has told you who they are.
I believe.
This team has told you who they are with Anthony Davis.
No, they haven't. Nope. I told you already last week. I got the life jacket on. Max is in the boat waiting. I'm still on. He's in the tender waiting. I'm still on the ship. I'm still there. I got one leg over the rail, and I'm just waiting. I'm
just clutching on you all the time.
But wait, Jay, let me finish the thought, because I agree with Key about this. This is why it's interesting to me. I'm with you. You can't play 40 minutes a game. You can't keep doing this at your age. It's not going to lead to good things. But
that's not true. He's doing it.
Yeah, but it could lead to a catastrophic injury. That
God,
doesn't happen.
Stop.
It happened with Kobe, Key.
Man. Yeah, but it's different. People's bodies are different.
I was on ESPN LA the whole time Kobe was doing that, and I was saying, I used to talk to I was in communication with Kobe even about that. Like,
different
hold
though,
on.
Max. Different body type.
Okay, but wait a minute. You want to shoot that down. Jay wants to shoot the other thing down. Let me just articulate the position, okay? Jay, I agree with him on this. AD, when he is on the court, the team is different defensively. when they were better than the Suns last year, AD got hurt, the Suns were better than them. When they won a championship with AD.
Different cast last year.
Okay,
Different
but
teams.
we have not seen a lot of LeBron playing like this. Now add AD and Westbrook more under control. We haven't seen that yet, Jay. He is not wrong about that.
I didn't say he was wrong about that. I just give the probability of that working very, very low.
But not nothing.
No. Look, Jay, I hear what you're saying, but I can't count this dude out. Even with him losing his hair, I cannot count him out. No possible way. And then if Westbrook all of a sudden becomes what you and I thought at the beginning of the season, Jay, or even when they acquired him, that he should come off the bench and run the second unit and be the guy to do the Westbrook type things. If he can fall in the line and do that, and they can somehow figure out when AD comes back that lineup with the first unit, I ain't counting them out. I'm just not going to do it. You can't. How could you count out two future Hall of Fame players on a starting unit, one in AD and one in LeBron James? How could you count that out?
Because there's nothing that makes me believe in the way this season has been managed that all of a sudden they're just going to figure it out.
Jason Tatum figured it out. And the Celtics, well, listen, there's a difference between a collection of stars, Lakers, Nets, and a team. The Celtics have been playing team basketball. The Heat have been playing team basketball.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.